Hey everybody, this is Christopher Kelly, managing producer of entertainment at NJ.com, joined once again by our food dude, Pete Genovese, for one of our weekly food chats. Pete, lots going on in the New Jersey food world this week.
Yes.
Starting with...
Always something happening.
Always something happening. Starting with OpenTable has come out with a survey of the 100 best brunch places in America. Only one in New Jersey.
Well, at least we got one. I mean, a lot of these lists from the Eater, Serious Eats, they do these nationwide lists and they sort of forget that there's a big state between Philadelphia and New York, and so we got one on, which is a sign of some progress. Anyway, so 100 best brunch spots in the country, the Hamilton in Jersey City.
The Hamilton Inn in Jersey City.
No, it was a good pick. An OpenTable, it was basically crowdsourced, depending on how many people suggested or made reservations through OpenTable, and they ranked among the top.
What are these guys known for at Hamilton Inn? Do they do a good...
Well, so, I mean, they're all over the regular menus all over the map, but their brunches, Saturday and Sunday, the normal brunch times. They do a lot of all over the map. The eggs Benedict, a bacon Bloody Mary. But I think the coolest drink on the menu was the Juice Jenner, named after who, the Juice Jenner.
Have they had to change the name of that given recent events?
It's still there. It's still
I don't want to speculate on that. I could get in trouble. What do these sorts of surveys? There's a ton of them. Zagat says this. This place says this. Do they have much impact on the bottom line of these places? Do they often see a big boost in attendance after these?
Sure. Because I mean, just going to restaurants through Munchmobile and all the things I've done over the years, and they say, these owners know immediately when they get on a positive review on Yelp or a top 100 here, top 50 here, and they're absolutely, because they'll put it right on their Facebook page, and then that draws in all the extra people.
Are there any places, if you had been assembling this list, that you would have thrown in there among New Jersey's best brunches?
I mean, there's, I haven't done brunches lately. There's good places, and it's not just the places, sort of the high end. I mean, not Hamilton Inn is it's not a casual diner place, But a lot of places do great, bars. There's bars that do great brunches. I mean, Raymond's in Montclair. Aaron was just talking about Toast. I mean, Amanda's in Hoboken. These are places that sort of not just do great brunches, but have sort of great atmosphere just to go take your mom or significant other. So there's good brunches all over. That might be a good category. Top 10 brunches
for us to explore a little further.
Yes. I see Bloody Marys in my future.
Pete, it's almost summertime. Weather's starting to get warm, and when I was a kid, there was nothing I loved more during the summer than a big mound of cotton candy. Turns out there's some good news for me.
Yes, and this was, of course, cotton candy. Probably the one you had it's so sugared up, and you're bouncing off the wall,
spinning around like crazy.
Yeah, it's great to watch, but usually when the results aren't so, and it tastes pretty much all the same wherever you go. Boardwalk cotton candy is, you got to have it, but it's expensive and it's kind of tasteless.
Rots teeth.
Yeah, that too. Along comes a store called Spin Candy, only. And I looked all over the place. The only cotton candy only store in the country. That's all they do. They don't sell any. There's no candy. There's no gum. There's nothing else. Popcorn.
Artisan cotton candy. Sort of this gourmet.
Gourmet cotton candy. It's in New Jersey. We're again leading the forefront of the food revolution through cotton candy. They started in Mansfield, which is right outside Hackettstown, Warren County, late last year. Now they just opened 2 weeks ago a store in Chester, right on Main Street in Chester, and that's all they have, like 25 different kinds of cotton candy.
And what are the kinds? What are the flavors? What's the sort of experience like once you get in there?
The normal sort of kind of ice creamy flavors. Their most popular is blue raspberry. Strawberry is big. There's green mint. There's a cinnamon. Some more exotic things, cinnamon and banana. There's a pina colada, I think, too. So, and when I just happened to be there because I was doing a story on the best small towns, and there's this whole gaggle of teenage girls come in, and they're like just devouring whole bags by themselves. So it's clearly, the demographic is there, and it was their first time, and they were enjoying it tremendously.
And texturally, this is different than traditional.
It's not as. It's a little fluffier, lighter. I mean, it tastes somehow more nutritious. Somehow, it doesn't have that sugary aftertaste, or even taste just going down the mouth and that aftertaste. It's very sort of fluffy, light and fluffy is really the word. And I tried the. What did I try? The watermelon, which was very, it reminded you of real watermelon, not some fake laboratory watermelon.
So, is this a real trend or another one of these silly,
We'll see. I mean, it's cotton candy again. He was the first person to have a store, create a store built around cotton candy. I mean, cotton candy's everywhere. And like I said, just judging on the girls that were in there, they were loving it. They're, oh, we're coming back. And I thought it was funny. Actually, they went to the cotton candy store, and I saw them walk down the street, and they went into the Dairy Queen. So it's great to be a teenager.
Yeah, seriously.
Cotton candy, ice cream, and then maybe a burger. Yikes.
Okay, another big item this week in food. Now, Pete, I went to a wine shop last week, and I splurged. I spent $20 on a bottle of wine. That was a big splurge for me, but apparently that is cheap.
That's pennies.
Compared to
the 168,000, although it's going to be over 170 if you throw in the tax, right? $170,000 bottle of wine at the place you least expected, a Sam's Club in Freehold.
Okay.
It's an Australian Cabernet.
Say this all much slower.
Sorry.
Sam's Club
in Freehold.
Bottle of wine, $170,000.
Yes, that is not a misprint.
That's not pesos. That's not some currency.
U.S.
dollars.
Yes, and there's only 12 of these bottles. It's an Australian Cabernet Sauvignon. Only 12 of them in the world. Actually, it's the only Sam's. I don't have the whole story. Somebody emailed me a photo. I didn't believe me either. I said, Marvin, guy named Marvin. I said, 170? You sure you don't mean 17 or
$170?
He says, yeah, it's 170,000. So it's the only Sam's Club that has this. It was just 12 bottles in the world that exist that you can buy from this Australian winery, and they're scattered in other stores apparently, or online, that might be too. But it's the only Sam's Club in the world. It's the only big box store, period, in the world that has one of these 12 bottles, and that's in New Jersey and in Freehold.
So in other places, it's an actual wine shops
Probably wine shop, high-end wine shop.
And because you think Sam's Club, I'm going to Sam's Club, I'm getting my giant thing of dishwashing liquid, I'm getting my pizza bagels frozen in the big bulk container. I don't see myself picking up the $170,000 bottle of wine.
We'll get to the bottom of this wine mystery, how they ended up with the wine, and why Freehold, why not, Bergen County or wherever, anywhere in the state or anywhere in the U.S. for that matter. So how they landed it is just a great story, and we'll get to it.
And that's something we're gonna talk about hopefully next week. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get to taste this because we don't quite have $170,000 in the budget.
Yeah, I think if we pull some credit cards together, I think we can do 10,000 here. So you do like a group thing and then resell. Yeah. And you should probably resell it for.
And we'll be at Sam's Club, so then we can all get paper towels and all those other great things in bulk. So. That is it for this week in New Jersey food. Lots of excitement, cotton candy, wine, brunch, all good stuff. Until next time, I'm Chris Kelly.
Pete Genovese.
See you.